Moving on, the second big story we're focusing on is one that has been playing out for the last 1 week or so. Days after Ram Navami clashes, Bihar continues to be on edge. Tensions prevailed in the state on Sunday, a day after fresh violence was reported in Rohtas and Nalanda. The violence that broke out on Thursday last week ended after 3 days. To keep the situation under control, prohibitory orders were imposed. Central forces have also been deployed to keep the vigil up, along with the state police. Now, a massive political row has also broken out between the BJP and the ruling JDU. Union Minister Amit Shah was in Bihar, remember? He accused Nitish Kumar of sacrificing the safety of Bihar at the altar of his greed for power. Meanwhile, the JDU has alleged that BJP is interfering in state matters, law and order being one of those subjects, while asserting that things are under control. A quick check of how things have transpired last week in Bihar. First clash was reported on 31st March, both in Bihar Sharif of Nalanda and Sasaram in Rohtas. Communal tension in both the cities prevailed after stone pelting from both sides. Houses, shops, vehicles were vandalized and gutted. Several people, including policemen, were injured. Prohibitory orders were imposed in Nalanda, hence Home Minister Amit Shah couldn't visit the area on Sunday, while internet was shut in both violence-marred cities. Then on April 1st, a bomb exploded in a hut near a mosque in Sasaram. 6 people were injured and 1 death was also confirmed. Administration confirmed this happened while people were in the process of making crude bombs. On 1st April, again in Bihar Sharif, gunshots were fired by people of both communities. At least 50 rounds, 1 person was killed and 2 sustained bullet injuries. Today there was ruckus in Bihar Assembly too over this issue. Let's listen in.
सजिया निकलता है, कोई पत्थर नहीं बरसता है, लेकिन रामनवमी के शोभा यात्रा पर पत्थर बरसता है, रोकने का प्रयास करता है, हिंदुओं को अपमानित करने का बात करता है। ये अल्पसंख्यक समाज के लोगों के तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति में, वोट की राजनीति में ये बिहार को आतंकवादियों का घर बनाया जा रहा है।
बजरंग दल के लोगों के द्वारा वहां सुनियोजित ढंग से दंगा कराया गया महोदय। मैं घटना स्थल पर भी गया था और वहां महोदय दंगाई लोग प्रधानमंत्री का वो अपने टी शर्ट में फोटो छपा करके पूरे बिहार के मुसलमानों को लूटने का काम किया महोदय।
Let's also bring you the latest from Bengal now. 2 days after the violence at Ram Navami rallies in Howrah, Bengal continues to simmer. A fresh incident of violence was reported from Hooghly. BJP leader Dilip Ghosh's convoy was attacked in the area. Incidents of stone pelting, arson, physical attacks were also reported. Ghosh was whisked away by his security detail and the police, but BJP MLA Biman Ghosh was reportedly injured due to stone pelting. 12 people have been arrested so far. Mamata government has vowed not to spare any guilty, while the BJP has alleged that law and order has collapsed under Mamata Banerjee. Meanwhile, a video war has also erupted between the ruling TMC and the BJP. General Secretary of the TMC, Abhishek Banerjee, had shared a video on Twitter last week alleging that BJP is supplying weapons to incite violence. In this video that he shared, a youth can be seen holding a gun during one such procession. It was alleged to be a Ram Navami procession that was carried out in Bengal. The BJP has responded by sharing a video by the VHP that organized a rally in West Bengal on Ram Navami. They are saying that this footage that Abhishek Banerjee has put out actually is not from their rally, and there was no such weapon or anything of that sort carried as far as their rally is concerned. Abhishek's tweet, they claim, is just to malign Hindus. High drama also unfolded in Hooghly today as BJP chief Sukanta Majumdar, he was blocked from entering the violence-hit area. He stated that bombs were thrown and stones were pelted from the Muslim area, not by the BJP as is being accused by the TMC. Cops resisted Sukanta's visit as they said Section 144 was imposed in the area. The big debate that's coming up, whether it is violence in Bihar or in Bengal, is it all being done just for vote bank politics?
वोट को इकट्ठा करने के लिए, मुस्लिम लोगों को खुश करने के लिए ये प्री प्लान्ड जो कॉन्स्पिरेसी ममता बनर्जी ने किया था।
বন্দুক নিয়ে মিছিল করবে না, বোমা নিয়ে মিছিল করবে না, কিন্তু ওরা যেন দাঙ্গার নামে আবার কোনো প্ল্যান করতে না পারে এটা মাথায় রেখে দেবেন। সারা ভারতবর্ষে করছে।
Let's go across to some breaking updates that are now coming in regarding this case. Ram Navami violence matter has now reached the Supreme Court. A plea has been filed by a front called the Hindu Front of Justice over this incident that took place during Ram Navami across the country. The plea alleges that members of the Muslim community are attacking Ram Navami processions in a premeditated manner. Ananya Bhatnagar, my colleague, is also joining us. Ananya, give us a few more details of what we know about this plea.
Well, this has been filed by, the Hindu Front of Justice through Ranjana Agnihotri and Mr. Vishnu Shankar Jain, who has actually filed this particular petition before the Supreme Court. Now, this is not exactly a petition, but an application for direction that has been listed in the hate speech matter that has been going on before the Supreme Court of India. And it's been clearly mentioned that the people from the Muslim community were premeditatedly attacking the Shobha Yatras and the Ram Navami processions that had taken place on the day of Ram Navami and various parts of the country, including West Bengal. There were matter of violence. And prayers have been sought that, the chief secretaries of various states where such violence had occurred should submit a report to the Supreme Court of India. Apart from that, it has also been sought that the losses that have been caused to the people who have secured damage into this particular, these violences should be actually compensated by those who had actually who are actually indulged into this particular case. So now, when the matter of hate speech comes up before the court, we might see that an urgent mentioning also takes place of this matter when the Supreme Court actually reopens on the 5th of April. And whether or not the Supreme Court agrees to hear this particular petition on an urgent basis is something that needs to be seen when the Supreme Court actually reopens on the 5th of April.
Okay, all right. Ananya, thanks a lot for bringing us those details. Let's also go across to the guests now joining us. I'm joined by BJP West Bengal spokesperson Shatarupa. Vinod Bansal, the VHP national spokesperson, is joining us. I'm also joined by Professor Manojit Mandal, who leans towards the TMC. I'm not sure if he's through with us just yet, but let me begin with Vinod Bansal. There is an accusation coming in, Mr. Bansal, that a lot of these rallies that organizations like yourself are organizing, young boys are seen carrying swords. They are seen carrying loaded guns, weapons. How is that justified? What kind of a rally or a procession is it then?
It's very funny that if somebody is having sword or if somebody is having the licensed weapon, will be killed or will be attacked by these jihadists. And one more thing is that the way they have accused us that we were having this sword or we were having these weapons, it has all been clarified. I have released one video parallel to the video released by the Abhishek ji.
Yes, actually, I have shown that. But would you deny that even if in this case there was no weapon or a sword, there are other rallies organized by Hindu organizations where there are swords being wielded or people are even carrying guns? Now, I'm not saying that's a justification for stone pelting, but I want to understand from you, why are weapons being carried in the first place?
No, two things are different. Basically, if you see the Muharram Jalus, you will see that the people are very in a bloody state. वो तो तलवार सिर्फ लेके नहीं चलते, तलवार मारते जाते हैं. और वो अपने शरीर को भी दूसरे के शरीर को लहू लुहान करते हुए जाते हैं।
बट उससे
ये तो
इसका
उनका
क्या
प्रॉपर्टी का हिस्सा
कंपैरिजन है? नहीं विनोद बंसल जी, ये
बता
तो
रहा हूँ।
कंपेटिटिवनेस हो गई, उससे इसका क्या कंपैरिजन है? मुहर्रम का जो रिचुअल है वो मुहर्रम पे होता है। मुझे बताइए रामनवमी में आपको स्वॉर्ड्स की क्या जरूरत है और ये कट्टे की क्या जरूरत है?
मुझे कुछ बोलने की अनुमति है क्या?
जी जी बोलिए बोलिए।
मैं देखिए, मैं कह रहा हूँ आपको जो पूछना पूछ लीजिए मेरे को, लेकिन पूरा समय दीजिए क्योंकि एलिगेशन मेरे ऊपर है। मैं कहना चाहता हूँ देखिए कि अगर कोई स्वॉर्ड लेके चलता है तो मेरे हर एक देवी देवता के हाथ में स्वॉर्ड है और स्वॉर्ड इज नॉट बैन्ड बाय एनीबॉडी। अब मैं करूँ देखिए, अगर स्वॉर्ड लेके चलता है इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप मेरे को पत्थर फेंकोगे, आप मेरे को जला दोगे, आप मुझे मार दोगे और आप मुझे बताइए देखिए मुझे रोक सकते हो आप स्वॉर्ड के केस में, मेरे ऊपर केस लगा सकते हो। दैट इज अ डिफरेंट इश्यू। अगर मैं हथियार लेके चलता हूँ, इलीगल हथियार है, तो आप मेरे ऊपर केस लगाइए ना, पत्थर मत फेंकिए ना, आप मुझे आग में मत झोंकिए ना, मेरे घरों के पुरुषों को महिलाओं को उठा के मत ले जाइए ना। आप देखिए अपने ममता जी ने जो केसेस फाइल किए हैं, आज मैंने वो केस की लिस्ट भी फाइल की है, ट्वीट की है। आप देखिए 36 लोगों को उसमें अक्यूज बनाया गया है जो उन्होंने चार्जशीट फाइल की है। आप जो अपने एक्यूजेशन जो रिपोर्ट एसडीएम के सामने फाइल की है, उन 36 में से मात्र 6 मुस्लिम हैं। आप सोचिए, और मैंने कम से कम ऐसे 6 वीडियो उनको ममता जी को टैग करते हुए ट्वीट किए हैं जिसमें मैंने कहा गया है कि इसमें 6 नहीं है, इसमें कम से कम नहीं तो आपको 100 से ज्यादा आपको लोग मिल जाएंगे, जरा पहचानिए इनको।
ओके
आप आराम से उन वीडियो में आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं।
I'll take that to the TMC sympathizer. Manojit Mandal, 2 questions I have. I have limited time, so I request you to please be focused and succinct in your answer today. One is any kind of weapon carrying a justification for stone pelting? First is this whole thing that you can't cross a quote-unquote Muslim area or that you shouldn't cross. That in itself, is there any justification that if a procession goes through such an area, you will stone pelt? Secondly, the Chief Minister is accusing the other side of provocation. Let's say carrying weapons is a law and order issue, the police should act. But that's not a justification for stone pelting. Is Mamata Banerjee effectively giving a carte blanche to people to do whatever they feel like if they don't like something?
You celebrate Lord Rama, who stands for peace and prosperity with swords and guns, meaning that these Hindus are actually dhappas. They're fake Hindus. This person calls himself a Hindu BHP spokesperson, who was justifying carrying swords and guns on a somber, solemn occasion of Ram Navami, suggests they are dhappa in the name of Hinduism.
Okay, we are not here to give certificates of real Hindus and fake Hindus. No, I'm sorry. Yes. I find that narrative very problematic. You are not here to give certificates of fake or real Hindus like you wouldn't do for any other religion. My question to you was simple. Politically, is it a justification that you can stone pelt if somebody is carrying a gun or a sword? Is that what should happen?
Nobody is saying that.
Then?
But
you are doing it.
No, Vinod Bansal, please don't interrupt. Please don't interrupt. Let him speak.
This violent man, he calls himself a Hindu and provoking me.
No, don't attack him personally. Manojit, I'm not going to allow this. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to allow this. Answer my question. Please don't attack other panelists personally.
Why is he speaking in between?
That's fine. A lot of people speak over each other, but that doesn't remove this language. Can I please have Manojit only on the screen with me, please?
Yes.
Manojit, please answer my question. It's a question about political justification to stone pelting and vandalism. Please respond to that.
Nobody will communal riots in this country is inconceivable without BJP's active participation in it. Look at the states where communal riots are taking place. All the states, either they are in power or they are in opposition. Bihar, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Maharashtra.
So what's the common thread?
Gujarat.
They can either be in power or be out of power. Then what is the case?
Listen, the common threat is, even in Bengal, Ram Navami used to be celebrated even before 2016. But only after 2016, for the last 3-4 years, we are seeing some incidents of violence because of BJP's active participation.
But you are in power. What does that tell about you?
Yes. Now, that means that we should have arrested Mr. Dilip Ghosh for doing what he's doing. Even
Dilip
today,
Ghosh went only yesterday. What happened in Howrah, for example? He was not in Howrah.
It does. Oh, you even after Ram Navami, on the day of celebration of Ram Navami, you continue with the procession for the last 4-5 days. Does they justify that?
No, but
That
I'll come to that
continue to
later.
celebrate?
You didn't answer
And
my
number one,
question.
and number two.
I find three things problematic as far as the Chief Minister has said. One second, hear me out. Hear me out.
Chief Minister has never said that.
Okay, she has not said so, but I'll tell you what she hasn't said also. She has also not said that anybody pelting stones will not be tolerated. She has not said that also.
These people, who are pelting stones and who are carrying guns and swords, both are criminals. They don't believe in any
but
kind of religion.
But she only talks about one.
Both
she doesn't
people,
talk about the other.
Both people will be nabbed. Both people have been arrested.
Okay,
but this person is saying that only few Muslim criminals are criminals. Like Hindus are criminals, Muslims are also criminals. Don't divide. But these people, because they spew venom every other day, they even justify criminality by dividing them into
Can I go across
lines.
to Shatarupa? Okay. Shatarupa, there are three things I want to highlight. The Chief Minister, before this violence, said, don't go into these Muslim areas. Is that okay? After the violence, she said, because you went into these areas by changing routes, that is why this has happened. The TMC is now saying because there were some people carrying weapons, that has been denied as far as Howrah is concerned. That is why this has happened. I'm just wondering, should the state be making excuses for stone pelting? That's also a problem. Even if somebody is carrying a weapon, that's a law and order situation the police should look at. But why would somebody pelt stones for that?
Exactly, Shivani. I'm so glad you've said these things. You've pointed these out very clearly. You see, we come from a state, Monojit and me, we come from a state where somewhere, I mean, even if they're going to constantly deny, there is a vengeance to rule out any possibility of practicing Hinduism. Having said this tremendous statement, I just want to remind everybody on the panel and through you, the audience who are listening to us, who are watching us, we come from a state where Saraswati Puja has been banned. We come from a state where we have to, Durga Puja is supposed to be the biggest festival in West Bengal. We have to go and seek legal help to take out processions. Can Monojit please keep quiet while I'm talking? Now, the Honorable Chief Minister, the other day, what you are referring,
you are maligning the state by telling lies on TV.
During his airtime. But he will not. I mean, that's his culture. However, Shivani, what you have very correctly pointed out, that the Honorable Chief Minister goes out of her way and makes a public statement that you demarcating areas which are supposed to be Muslim and Hindu according to her. Now, the truth of the matter is, number one, the procession that is in question that apparently has egged on this amount of violence and stone pelting and arson was taken out by Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Vishwa Hindu Parishad VHP had informed the police that this is the route that we will be going through, and not a step was followed, deviated from. This is the route that was taken out, that was followed, and we had the VHP had asked for police cooperation.
Okay.
Not only was there no cooperation, if they are talking about a person carrying a gun in the procession, I am not sure who the person was. I don't know the person. But if at all there was this kind of a person, he should have been immediately identified and taken out and arrested. But in this case, West Bengal is attacking, lynching, stone pelting, arson. The people who have done all this.
Okay, I'll just reiterate a couple of things. I'll just reiterate a couple of things. One second, Manojit. One second. I'll just reiterate a couple of things. Carrying weapons. One second, Manojit. Please don't speak over me. Please don't speak over me. You've been allowed. Please.
So why did
please. One second. I'll just reiterate a couple of things. Can we please mute him? I cannot have this going on. I'll reiterate a couple of things. One, regardless of route change or not, it is not a justification to attack a procession. This cannot be allowed in India. It cannot be allowed that, just because a procession goes on from a certain route, you can attack it, whether allowed or not allowed. That mindset is itself the problem. Secondly, if your opposition is to songs being played or to weapons being carried, there's a way to register that complaint. It cannot be to take law into your own hands. Thirdly, what I forgot to mention earlier is the Chief Minister also says, why are you carrying these processions 5 days after Ram Navami? So is there some bar on who can carry out a procession in how many days to celebrate their festival? I'm not sure these are the right things a chief minister should be saying. But anyways, I want to go across to Bihar JDU leader Lav Kumar. The state of law and order has come under question, sir, by the BJP. The BJP faces a charge that everywhere they have some vote bank politics to play and to gain from it. That's where all of this violence is happening. It has happened in Maharashtra, although they are in power there. It is happening in Bihar. It is happening in Bengal. I don't know what the connection is, but that's the allegation that has been made. But fundamentally, the government in power will face the question. बीजेपी अगर allegedly कुछ करना चाह रहा है, लेकिन सरकार तो जेडीयू आरजेडी की है, तो क्यों हो रहा है वायलेंस आपकी सरकार के अंदर?
देखिए शिवानी जी, इस बात पे बहुत गंभीरता से विचार करने की जरूरत है। पहले तो इस तरह की घटनाओं की हम पूरी तरह से निंदा करते हैं और चिंताजनक है, लेकिन जैसे ही 8 महीने से हमारी सरकार बनी है, महागठबंधन की जब सरकार बनी है, तो ये एक तरह से जो एक माहौल क्रिएट करने का कोशिश किया जा रहा है, एक नैरेटिव बनाने की कोशिश की जा रही है और एक नकारात्मक माहौल बिहार में फैलाने की कोशिश जो बीजेपी के लोगों के द्वारा की जा रही है, उसी को परिलक्षित करता है। और आप सोच सकती है शिवानी जी, आप सोच सकती है शिवानी जी कि जब आज 17-18 सालों से मुख्यमंत्री जी के सुशासन के राज्य में बिहार में इस तरह की घटनाएं शायद ही कहीं कोई घटित होती थी, लेकिन अभी चल रहा है तरीके से सासाराम में जो घटना घटी, जहां आदरणीय गृह मंत्री जी का प्रोग्राम था, उसके बाद नवादा के बगल में नालंदा में जो घटना घटी है, निश्चित तौर पर चिंता का विषय है और कुछ न कुछ तो लगता है कि जैसे साजिश के तहत ऐसे किया जा रहा है। और इस तरह के कार्यों से किसको फायदा होता है? कौन हिंदू मुस्लिम पर इस डिबेट को ले जाना चाहता है? कौन 2 करोड़ नौकरियों से जो बेरोजगारी है, भुखमरी की स्थिति है, महंगाई की स्थिति है, जिस तरह से भय का माहौल है, उसको अलग करके दरकिनार करके इस मामले को हिंदू मुस्लिम में करके किसको फायदा पहुंचता है?
Okay, I have 30 seconds.
सुशासन में
Chatarupa, respond to that. Ultimately, it is to the BJP's benefit when you create these conflicts anywhere in the country.
Yes, Shivani, this is what is the opposition state governments keep blaming us. But you tell me, where is the problem if as Hindus we want to celebrate a particular festival in our own way? Why should in a state, in a country where apparently everybody should be equal, where the Honorable Prime Minister says sabke saath sabke vikas, why are Hindus not allowed to celebrate in their own way? No, we are not stepping on toes and under any
No, but can I ask you specifically about Bengal? 1 second, Chatarupa. Can I ask you specifically about Bengal? As Manojit Mandal mentioned, before 2016, these violences were not heard of in Bengal. It is only happening since the BJP has gained ground in Bengal.
I'm very glad you picked this up. It is not happening because BJP is gaining ground. BJP has always been celebrating Hindu festivals, and Hindus want to celebrate Hindu festivals. The problem here is the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal, who thinks it is her birthright to continue a policy of specific appeasement. She will insist that she has to protect the Muslims of the world, especially of West Bengal.
Okay, I have to leave it at that. Unfortunately, I've run out of time, but we will look forward to having our guests again to discuss this persistent issue of why this keeps happening. I have to slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll also get you the latest as far as the Donald Trump indictment in USA is concerned. He's become the first former president in the country to face a criminal charge. More on that in just a bit.